My wife stood in our kitchen last Tuesday, bags packed, car keys in hand. Our 6-year-old son was crying in the living room, begging her not to leave. She looked at me with cold eyes and said the words I will never forget. "You destroyed my family. I will never forgive you for this." The irony is I spent 2 years protecting her family. I lied for her brother. I risked my own reputation for him. And when he finally crossed a line I could not ignore, she chose him over our son. Before I share what happened, drop a comment and let me know where you are watching from today. If you believe in honesty and loyalty, hit that subscribe button and join this community. What I am about to tell you might change how you see family obligations forever. Let me take you back to where this nightmare began. I met Diana during our junior year at Ohio State University. She was studying nursing, and I was finishing my degree in mechanical engineering. We bumped into each other at a campus coffee shop when she accidentally grabbed my order. We laughed about it, shared a table, and talked for 3 hours straight. By the time spring semester ended, I knew I wanted to marry her. Diana came from a tight-knit family in Cleveland. Her parents, George and Patricia, were kind people who welcomed me immediately. But the center of that family universe was always Kyle, her younger brother by 2 years. From the moment I met him, I could tell something was different about how they treated him. He was charming, no doubt. Quick with a joke, always the life of the party. But there was an edge to him that made me uncomfortable. A way of bending situations to benefit himself while making it seem like he was doing everyone a favor. Diana worshipped her brother. She talked about him constantly. How talented he was. How misunderstood. How the world just had not given him his fair chance yet. When Kyle got fired from his 3rd job in 2 years, Diana made excuses. When he borrowed money from their parents and never paid it back, she rationalized it. When he showed up late to our wedding rehearsal because he was out drinking the night before, she laughed it off. I learned early that criticizing Kyle was not an option in my marriage. The one time I suggested that maybe he needed to take more responsibility for his choices, Diana did not speak to me for 2 days. After that, I kept my opinions to myself. We got married in the summer after graduation. A beautiful ceremony at a vineyard outside Columbus. Diana was radiant, and I felt like the luckiest man alive. We moved to Indianapolis for my job. At an automotive engineering firm, bought a small house in the suburbs, and started building our life together. 2 years later, our son Ethan was born. Holding him for the first time, I made a silent promise. I would be the father he deserved. I would always put my family first. I would never let him down. For a while, life was good. Diana worked part-time at a local clinic. I got promoted twice at the firm. Ethan grew from a baby into a curious, energetic toddler who loved dinosaurs and building blocks. We had cookouts in the backyard, took family trips to the zoo, celebrated holidays with both sides of the family. The trouble started when Kyle got married to a woman named Megan. She was sweet and genuine, an elementary school teacher who clearly adored him. I remember thinking at their wedding that maybe Kyle had finally found someone who would ground him. Maybe marriage would help him grow up. I was wrong. About 18 months into their marriage, Kyle started acting strange during family visits. He would step outside to take phone calls, speaking in hushed tones. He became secretive about his schedule. And he started confiding in Diana about problems in his marriage that to me sounded invented. Then came the night that changed everything. Kyle showed up at our house unannounced on a Thursday evening. Diana was bathing Ethan, so I answered the door. Kyle looked nervous, fidgeting with his car keys. "I need to talk to Diana," he said. "It is important." I invited him in, and when Diana came downstairs, they went into the kitchen together. I could hear the murmur of voices, but not the words. After about an hour, Diana came out looking pale. "Brandon, can you come in here?" she asked quietly. In the kitchen, Kyle sat at our table with his head in his hands. Diana sat down next to me and took a deep breath. "Kyle is having an affair," she said. "He has been seeing someone for about 6 months, but he wants to end it. He wants to save his marriage to Megan." I stared at Kyle. "Then end it. Tell Megan the truth and deal with the consequences." Kyle looked up sharply. "I cannot do that. It would destroy her, and my marriage would be over." Your marriage should be over, I said. You made that choice when you cheated. Diana grabbed my arm. Brandon, please. He knows he messed up. But Megan does not need to know. It would only hurt her. I could not believe what I was hearing. Diana, he has been lying to his wife for 6 months. She deserves to know who she is married to. She does not deserve to be destroyed, Diana shot back. Kyle is going to end the affair. He just needs time to do it cleanly, and he needs us to help. I asked what kind of help they meant. Kyle finally spoke. The woman I have been seeing knows Megan. If she finds out I am ending things, she might tell Megan out of spite. I need an alibi for the times I was with her. I need someone who can vouch that I was somewhere else. You want me to lie for you, I said flatly. I want you to help me save my family, Kyle replied. Think about Megan. Think about their future kids. One mistake should not destroy everything. Diana squeezed my hand. Please, Brandon. For me, for my family. Kyle will never do this again, he promised. I looked at my wife, the woman I loved, the mother of my child. She was pleading with me to help her brother, and I could see how much it meant to her. Against every instinct screaming in my head, I agreed. For the next 3 months, I became part of Kyle's deception. When Megan asked about certain nights, I confirmed that Kyle had been with me watching games at a bar or working on a project in my garage. I hated every second of it. Every lie felt like swallowing broken glass. But Diana was happy, and Kyle seemed to be keeping his promise about ending the affair. Or so I thought. 6 months passed after Kyle's confession in our kitchen. The affair seemed to be over. Kyle and Megan appeared happy at family gatherings. Diana relaxed, and our life returned to normal. I tried to bury the guilt of my lies and move forward. Then Kyle lost his job. He worked in sales for a medical equipment company, and according to him, the entire division got downsized. He called Diana in a panic, talking about mortgage payments and car loans. Diana immediately went into rescue mode, spending hours on the phone helping him update his resume and search for openings. One evening, Kyle called our house and asked to speak with me directly. That was unusual. We were never close, and he typically only talked to me when Diana was in the room. Brandon, I need a huge favor, he said. There is a position at a company here in Cleveland. Great opportunity. But they want professional references and most of my former bosses. Well, let us just say the departures were not always smooth. I waited already, sensing where this was going. Could you be a reference for me, not as family, as a former colleague? Just say we worked together at your firm and that I was a reliable employee. I was silent for a long moment. Kyle, that is fraud. If they call my company to verify, we would both be caught. They will not call your company, he assured me. They will call the number I give them, which will be your cell phone. You just say nice things about me for 5 minutes. That is it. I am not comfortable with this. Brandon, come on. You helped me before. This is way smaller than that. I just need a job. I have bills piling up. Megan is stressed out of her mind. Do you want to see my family fall apart? I told him I would think about it and hung up. That night, Diana brought it up at dinner. Of course, Kyle had already told her about our conversation. It is just a reference call, she said casually, cutting Ethan's chicken into small pieces. 5 minutes of your time. It would mean the world to Kyle. Diana, he is asking me to impersonate a colleague and lie to a potential employer. That is not small. He is desperate, Brandon. He is family. I looked at my wife, at our son, happily eating his dinner at the comfortable home we had built. I thought about all the times I had compromised to keep peace in this family. And I realized something that should have been obvious from the start. There would never be a line with Kyle. Every time I agreed to help, the next request would be bigger. I cannot do it, I said finally. I am sorry. I covered for his affair, and I regret that every day. But I will not commit fraud for him. Diana's face hardened. You regret helping my brother save his marriage. I regret helping him deceive his wife. There is a difference. She did not speak to me for the rest of the evening. The next morning, Diana told me that Kyle had found another reference and not to worry about it. The subject seemed closed. I felt relieved. 2 weeks later, I was in my office when my phone rang. The caller identified himself as Marcus Webb, a hiring manager at a manufacturing firm in Cleveland. "I am calling about Kyle Dawson," he said. "He listed you as a professional reference. Says you two worked together at your firm about 3 years ago." My blood went cold. Kyle had used my name anyway, without my permission, and he had given them my direct office line, not my cell phone. I had a choice to make in that moment. I could lie for Kyle one more time and protect his job prospects, or I could tell the truth and finally end the cycle. "I am sorry, Mr. Webb, but there seems to be a misunderstanding. Kyle Dawson has never worked at this company. I know him only as a family member through marriage. I cannot provide a professional reference for him." There was a long pause on the other end. "I see. Thank you for clarifying." After I hung up, my hands were shaking. I knew exactly what I had done, and I knew there would be consequences. The consequences came faster than I expected. That evening, Diana's phone rang while we were cleaning up after dinner. I watched her face change as she listened. Shock, then disbelief, then pure rage. She hung up and turned to me. "What did you do? Kyle used my name without my permission. The company called my office. I was not going to lie for him. You could have just played along. Now he did not get the job. The hiring manager told him they could not proceed with a candidate who misrepresented his references. Diana, he committed fraud. He put my name and my company's reputation on the line without even asking me. He was desperate. He needed help. There are ways to help that do not involve lying and risking my career." Ethan appeared in the doorway looking frightened. "Mommy, Daddy, why are you yelling?" Diana scooped him up without looking at me. "It is okay, baby.